welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here, and we're going to get all caught up from over the weekend. And, you know, I was sad that your poor Bears didn't win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even bring my bear cup today.
You know, it makes me so sad because I knew right when they lost, I'm like, oh, he's not going to be a happy camper on Monday. But nonetheless, you still have a smile on your face, so
That's
welcome
right.
back.
It's good to be here and start off with some COVID numbers. And then we got some good news talking about some events that we had in the village over the weekend and what we have some planned for coming up. So I want to talk about that too.
All right, perfect.
So starting with the COVID numbers, unfortunately, we're seeing an uptick, just like all of the country's seeing an uptick. California's starting to see a little bit too. And for Orange County, I was listening to the radio this morning, and their concern is if the uptick continues, they may have to fall back into the purple category, which would shut things down. We don't want to see that happen. So again, wear your mask, social distance, folks, because we want to stay in the category we are, and we want to even get better, but we don't want to go backwards.
Right.
So 233 cases yesterday, one reported death, unfortunately. So again, that was in a non-facility, so in somewhere in Orange County that occurred. So it's at least not a large number like we saw a few weeks back. Again, the key one here is 181 on the hospitalization numbers. That's up a little bit. And the ICUs have 55 staying about normal. It's really the 181 that we have to watch to make sure that there's no more activity headed towards the hospital, and that's what they're really concerned about right now.
Exactly.
In Laguna Woods, in the community of Laguna Woods, which we're a part of, we're up to 76 cases. Just a week and a half ago, we were at 70, so that's 6 new cases in Laguna Woods community as a whole, the whole city.
Right.
8 deaths for our area, so that stayed the same. What's important here, and what I was relating to, is that adjusted daily rate and that health equity quartile are both in the red, as you can see, 5.1 and 6%. And until those get down to closer to the moderate rate, we're not going to be going down to the moderate level. What we have to do is remember when we first talked a week ago, we were at 4.6.
I remember,
we went up to 5, now we're at 5.1. Can't see this thing climbing, or that's going to jeopardize us and potentially put Orange County into whether or not they have to go back to the purple category, which we don't want to have happen.
Right.
For sure.
Now you're in touch with our local health department, and do you happen to know that the substantial tier 2, it looks as high as, is that 8%?
Yes.
So do you think that they'll wait to go to that point before they go back, or what are they indicating?
It is possible that they could say, because we're seeing the trend, we're going to put you in that category, but they're going to have some statistical knowledge. What we see up here is that's a 7-day rolling average.
Right.
So they may have actual numbers that they're seeing in the last couple of days that have put us in that purple category, but it's not in the rolling number yet. So that's maybe where that's coming from in that report that I heard on the news. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that that's not where it's going. And again, to tell everybody, continue when you're out there, not just in our community in Laguna Woods, but if you're going outside, social distance, wear your mask, so important.
Right. And even if the community is less restrictive than we are, you know, try to still do the same thing as you were doing, because I remember we were talking last week about, well, you know, one county might have less restrictions than another county, so you're going to go, oh, I'm going to go there because it's more fun and we can do more fun things, but then you're going to potentially put yourself at risk. So you do have to be careful. So all right, good. All right, well, keep us updated, and of course here on our station we will make sure that we keep you updated as well. So now you said you have a couple of good things to report on from the weekend, Halloween.
And then the last thing I'll focus on is the election, but over the weekend, Saturday, we had our Halloween golf cart parade. And we ended up with 45 golf carts and over about 100 participants. So again, it went really smooth, and social distance and wearing their masks. So that's really good. It's really exciting that people participated that way. So that was great for the weekend. And coming up, I wanted to mention a couple of our what we call concerts kind of that we're doing, or activities. And so Saturday, November the 7th, at 2 p.m. We have the Theater Guild. It's going to do a Johnny Carson act, and they're going to talk about that. And then on the following week, November 15th at 2 p.m., both at Clubhouse 5, we're going to have the Flukes, which is our local blues band.
Yep.
And we have one of our board members that's a part of that, so that's great. And they're really good. And so if you want to participate, again, it's kind of drive-in. You got to wear your mask, bring your mask, but you can bring food and stuff like that, and socially distance with the cars and at the location. And the nice thing is that you can go on ActiveNet and buy your tickets, and so $5 per vehicle. Not very expensive.
That's reasonable.
And it's a pretty good deal. And our last concert was great. We had a really good turnout, so we expect really good turnouts for these two. So I want you to get your tickets in advance because it could sell out. So wanted to make those two things. Trying to do as much as we can outside activities. We're good now with the weather quality because of the obviously the fires. We had to stop some of our outdoor activities, but we're back to full operations with our outdoor activities. So sign up, get registered for your classes, pools, outdoor activities such as golf, pickleball, tennis, all going as best we can. So enjoy that, get out there and have some fun.
And I really am happy that you guys had a good turnout for Halloween, and the concerts sound great. I mean, and the comedy that they're going to have. I mean, these folks crack me up every time I interview them, so it should be a lot of fun. And we could certainly use some good comedy, don't you think?
Yeah, a little humor is always a good thing.
Absolutely. All right, thank you very much for the update. We'll see you again on Friday.
Yeah, I want to mention one other thing.
Oh, the election.
The election.
Yes. Gosh,
So,
how could we forget?
Not how we could forget tomorrow, right? So big day tomorrow, obviously, but important for our residents is if you're going to get your ballot in, you have to get it into the community center by 5 o'clock tonight.
Today.
So that'll be the last chance to get your vote in, and that's important. United has members that you're voting for on their membership on the board, and Third has their election with regards to changing their CC&R. So two real important things. So if you haven't voted already, please get your ballot down to the community center by 5 o'clock tonight. And then as far as tallying the votes, that'll occur tomorrow. The first thing will be United at 9:30. We'll start tallying the votes there, and they'll announce the winner at 12:15 of the winners, who's going to be elected to the board. And then with regards to the third tabulation, that's going to start at 1:30 with live on TV6, the results at 4:30 in the afternoon. So appreciate TV6 being a part of that. It's an important thing for the village, and so want people to get involved, get their votes out today in there. And also on the national election, you still have time to get your ballot down to Laguna Woods City Hall. They have a ballot box there, or go in and vote yourself tomorrow.
Okay, and is there a cutoff today?
For
dropping your ballot off?
For ours, it's 5 o'clock, and for the national election, no, you can take your ballot down to all the way up to the 8 o'clock time frame for the election.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you very much. And now I can say goodbye to you.
Well, thank you.
All right. We'll see you again on Friday.
All right.
And we'll be right back with some information on our local restaurants. So stay tuned.